And we'll keep the right hand in Dandiyan Mudra on that right knee, and left arm comes up to the heart level on your side. And we'll continue to breathe this way, imagining that we are gathering from above through the hand, through the fingertips, and zigzagging into the body, straight into the heart. Like you're being electrocuted or shocked by this energy of the sky, the moon, and the stars, the constellations. Just receiving this beautiful energy in your heart. Start to enhance the breath a little bit by maybe holding the breath in the body. And then exhale a little bit longer than inhale. Squeeze the navel of the spine when you got to the bottom of the exhale to release any stagnant air from the bottom of the lungs. And then notice how you hunger for breath, and the breath in comes in naturally. And when you think you filled up the lungs, just add another sip or two and hold. Each time you inhale, imagine you fill up this container that is your chest. Imagine that you're filling up to the brim, right to the top of the collarbones. And then hold that space, create some space in the body, expand the lung capacity. And then as you exhale, you want to empty as far as you can, squeezing all the way to the bottom of the navel, expelling all the air out. And have a little pause at the end. And notice how your body wants to naturally start to breathe in. So your lungs, your rib cage starts to relax and open, allowing the new breath to flow in. And then when you got the lungs filled up, you're going to feel that pressuring sensation. And you wanted to release that pressure, and that's when the breath out comes in naturally. Allowing that exhalation to happen and to progress, squeezing, helping it out at the end. One more cycle just like that. Breathing into your heart this new energy, this new vibration, this compassion and love we can always allow. All right, so release that hand. Take a moment, feel your body. Maybe stretch the neck a little bit. Shake into your shoulders. Squeeze them a little bit. Release them. Squeeze to the ears. And release. Open the chest. Exhale. Inhale, squeeze again around the body. Chin to the chest, around the back. Squeeze the navel. Then inhale, open up. Chest expands, head and neck opens. One more time, just like that. Contracting as you exhale, squeezing everything out. Chin to the chest, open the back. And inhale. Expand. Good. Bring the arms to the side now. And we're going to exhale as we bring the hands almost together in the front. And inhale as we open them wide. Exhale, you stop right before the hands touch. And inhale, open. Activating the chest, the heart center. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as you inhale. And exhale. One. Expand, expand, expand. Now start to drop the hands and bring them back and down. Rest them right behind your body. Lift the chest and drop the head. Here we get to notice the neck, squeezing the attention. So gently move your head from side to side. And start to create a circle. Reverse. And back to center. Let's wake up the spine. We're going to circle around the waist. Imagine your tailbone is the center. And we're going to circle the body around the tailbone. So reach all the way to the left, all the way down, and then to the right. And reverse. Pressing the opposite knee down as you stretch to the other side, just working through the arms, through the side body, through the spine. Just waking up this lumbar area of the spine and lengthening through all the vertebrae and opening the side of the vertebrae as well. Good. See how that feels and coming up. We're crossing the legs the other way for a moment, just for a little change. And we're going to hang on to our feet here, wherever they are. Or you can even bring them to the knees if that's easier. And we'll do a camel ride. It's like a cat-cow sitting up. Inhale, exhale. We'll just work with the middle of the body, and the neck stays stable and the chin parallel with the floor. So we're just working through the spine. And imagine you're in the desert on this camel. And you're not even doing the movements. You're just going with the flow. Very good to activate the kidneys and adrenals for the day. Great, and release. Let's bring the legs out. They may be a little tense now, so we're going to shake them down a little bit. Point and flex the feet. And go windshield wipers. Shake them down a bit more, just a little faster. All right. Now let's get one more blocks. And we'll rest the block right in front of our body, on our shins or thighs, wherever we need to put it. We'll find out what we need and when we get closer. So we're going to slide forward as we exhale, and we are allowing the head to drop forward. So here we decide where we want the block, so we can rest the head on it. If that still doesn't do it, you may need another block on top of that because you don't want to force the pose. You want to create a T and still rest your head on that T. So see where you'll be a good place. If it's too close to the body, we almost want to rest the chin on it rather than the forehead. So it'd be kind of hard to drop it down and in. So find a place where you can hold, and you can even give the arms something to do so you can hold that top block in place. And just allowing this forward fold to be gentle and easy to allow the spine to come back. We are being aware of the body sensations now. See which side kind of pulls on you first or more. And try to adjust if it's too much. We have a nice and gentle opening of the spine and the spinal nerves along with the muscles along the spine, those lats, you know, the tiny muscles against the spinal column. And if you notice sensation on the back of the legs, that may be your sciatic nerve, your hamstrings themselves. And if it starts to move towards the spine, that is a good thing. It tries to centralize itself so you can be healed and transformed in the spine. So take 2 more breaths as you allow this pose to be what it wants to be. Just for the intention of opening and releasing, creating space and freedom in our back, and waking up the kidneys and adrenals. Inhale and start to come out of the pose. For the next pose, we're going to stand up and go next to the wall. So we're going to get our alignment with the wall. So we have the block in our right hand. We stay up next to the wall as tall as we can. Then we're going to drop the weight into the right leg and into the right hand. So we're going to open here, left leg and left arm go up. And we're trying to see how far we can be against the wall with the left leg. Yeah. If you feel okay here and you got good leverage in your hand and leg, start to look up and see if you can bring this left arm out of the shoulder and the back heel touches on the wall. Nice. So we're opening and lifting through the chest and shoulder. Pressing through the heel activates the front of the left side. And we have a different sensation in the right leg. Exhale, bring the left hand down and then the leg. We're gonna stay with the block right in front of us. And this time we're gonna go into Ardha Chandrasana by reaching the leg behind us with both hands on the block. We can still be close to the wall if we want. Now, if we get comfortable here, we can walk the block a little bit closer to the foot and then try that same pose again. We're still lengthening the spine. Right leg is strong. Left leg presses back. Heel and then toe. One more time, heel and toe. Good. Step that left foot back. We'll transition into pyramid pose. So the feet are both aligned forward. I'm going to start from the top so we can create a better pose. We're going to inhale, lift up with the block in the hands. You can still be close to the wall. That's very helpful to have that alignment. Inhale, lengthen, lengthen. As you exhale, pressing into both feet or reaching forward first. The chin comes into the neck, into the chest, and we continue to drop forward without moving the feet or legs. Good. So now you're looking down at your navel point, pressing in both heels and feet equally. And have some intention in the middle of your body, pressing the navel to the spine to open up that back. Continue to breathe. Chin locks the neck in that Julandhara Bandha, which closes the back of the throat. Makes us breathe a little bit differently from the front side of the throat. Okay, now we will transition with the left leg further back for a triangle pose. So bring the block in front of the right foot. Right hand goes on the block. Have a good stance wider than the pyramid pose. And inhale, bring that left arm up. This triangle usually gets compromised because we're trying to reach the floor, but then all this upper body collapses. So those props are not just props, they actually create a better pose. Exhale, bring that left hand down. And we'll bring both blocks in front of us. The left foot steps back to preparation for a warrior two. So the right knee is bent, so coming into a lunge before we get to warrior two. So back heel works on getting onto the ground. So we're gonna go forward and back a few times. Lean forward, and then exhale, reach back. Nice. And drop that left knee to the floor. Let's come into a full lunge here. Align the right heel with the right knee. And lift your chest, just really fingertips on the block. See how tall you can get here. Toes can be under to activate the back of the leg. Then we're gonna drop them at the end. And keep the blocks aligned with your feet so you have this chest and spine nicely open. Now we're gonna elongate, so launch forward a bit more, bring the blocks out in front. So we're gonna shift the weight forward just to open more of the left hip. Take some breaths here, adjust to the new pose, and drop the foot down in the back now. Walk the blocks in and focus only on your right block. Bring the left arm up and over, and then sink the weight forward again, and using just your right hand to be supported on the block. So opening the side body now on the left. A little bit forward and then mostly up and over. Exhale, bring it down. Curl the toes under in the left foot. Come to a warrior angle. So here the right knee is bent. And we're just going to use this block in front of the right foot. And inhale, left arm up. See how much you can open here in the warrior pose. Press back into that heel. The right knee is bent. Feel how you can stack those hips a bit more and your shoulders as you press into the right hand. You're lifting out of the left. Great. Breathe here. 2 more breaths just to really embed the pose in the memory of the body. This alignment takes time. Your body wants to make it easy, so you will compromise. Now let's see if you can bring that left arm around the back. Just wrap it around. If you need to come out, that's okay too. Okay, and let's go ahead and exhale, release that one. All right, press into both blocks and step forward. We'll go back next to the wall to do the other side. So let's bring our block into the left hand and we start from the beginning with the half moon on the wall. Stand up nice and tall next to the wall, as close as you'd like. And exhale, sink the body into the left leg and left block here. Raising that right leg up the wall. And then focusing on raising the right arm against the wall. Starting to look up and see how we can align this right arm against the wall. Engage to the core and press to the heel so we're not overarching the back to compromise. Exhale, bring the leg down and the right hand to the block. So we'll do that pyramid pose on this side. We can stay next to the wall still, but you don't have to. For the back leg, it's close enough so both knees are locked. And we're gonna inhale to start up from the top. So stabilize your feet, they're like on railroad tracks. So inhale, lift up. And then exhale, start to reach and lengthen, and then bring the chin to the chest, rounding inward as you drop down. Keep the chin locking that neck, that throat lock. Look at the navel point. Both legs are active. And breathe. I'm gonna open more into the pelvic floor attachments on the left side now. And breathe. Okay, let's bring both hands into the block. Keep the right foot where it's at, and we're gonna lift the left leg. Strong arms here, pressing into the block. Bring the gaze forward and down. Your spine is long. Spine, neck, and head are in continuation of each other. And focus the breath into the core, lifting you up and squeezing and lengthening through the left leg. Exhale, drop the left leg down, and we'll see if we can get a little bit closer to the block. And we'll try the lift again. Left leg goes up. And now this time we may even need the other block to try to drop the chin towards the chest as we lift the leg further up. So it's gonna be like you wanna do ascending splits, but not really. So both blocks here on a step. And this brings a lot of heat out of these body parts that are overused and stressed or tensed. So exhale, breathe through that and bring it back. Now we'll transition into our triangle. So use just one block. Step the feet further out and stabilize into the back of that left leg. Okay, so we're gonna need one block or two for this one. So start standing, pressing back into that heel, getting a nice open side pose here. Inhale, lengthen the arms. Exhale, extend out and down. And bring the block right in front of the foot. And then lift your left arm. Good. Exhale, bring it down. Bring both blocks available. And I think we're doing the same side. Let's switch right leg back, left knee forward. Yes, so right leg back. This is the lunge here on this other side. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, bounce a little bit front and back. And drop the right knee to the floor. And bring your blocks right aligned with the foot so you can lift up the heart. So press into the blocks, lift up through the heart, and look up. And as we exhale, we're going to walk the blocks a little bit forward to lengthen the spine, but do not drop. Just reaching forward a bit, lengthening through the right side a bit more. The blocks may even come closer together at this point. Lengthen the spine, chin. It's lifted, it's not dropping. And gaze is forward and down. Curl the toes under on that right foot. Press into one block and lift. We're gonna lift into warrior two. So now the block is gonna go vertical in front of the foot. And inhale, bring the right arm up. Press into the edge of the back heel. See how your hips feel. Knee above the ankle, left hand on the block, and stretch out of the right hand. Right arm, chest opens. Bring it around the waist if you want to try a half bind. And take one more breath here. Inhale, bring the arm up. And exhale, bring it down. Bring the knee to the floor and then the other knee. And let's put the blocks to the side. Now see if you are okay to sit back on your heels. If not, use your blanket underneath your glutes. We're going to use our strap to help us open the chest and arms. So we're going to bring the a loop of a strap behind us with the left hand. And then the right hand is going to grab the other part of the loop. So we're allowing the body to open without compromising the spine or the chest. We're going to let the arms do the work here. You can use it as close as you want. It doesn't even have to be a loop. It can just be just a strap itself. And you can walk your hands down and up the strap as you get closer. Okay. So let's take 2 more breaths here. Keeping the chest open and heart lifted. And as we adjust here, you can extend the legs if you need to, of course. We're going to inhale and lengthen the body and then start to drop a little bit. See what you can find here. So you're leaning forward a bit and your core strength helps you stay lifted. You're not dropping all the way. So the challenge for our core, we're keeping the integrity of the spine. The arms still work and open here. And then inhale and bring it back. Right. Now we'll switch. We're going to have the other hand on the bottom of the strap. And the top hand is going to be the right side. Lengthen first, find your center without compromising the chest or the spine. Tall spine, inhale, exhale. Get used to the posture here. Deepen the breath. It's gonna force you to breathe a little bit deeper, to release a little bit more as you exhale. So you can inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth, releasing some tension from the heart center. And then inhale, lengthen, exhale, start to lean forward a little bit until you find a good edge here. Continuing to keep the spine tall and aligned. We're going to breathe here 3 times. Our navel is going to have to engage to keep the posture. So we're activating navel point, arms, heart, chest. And inhale, rise up. Great job. Release. All right, so we're going to wrap the belt around the feet now. We can create a big loop around our legs. And this is how we decide how much pull we want by releasing the strap more or less. It's like a bound angle without dropping your hips too much so you don't affect those hip hinges. So we're going to come forward. First we inhale, open our chest, and then we exhale and drop down into bound angle. Deepen the breath, lengthen the spine. Your spine is like a plank now. It's aligned with the neck and head. And you just breathe. One more breath. And then we'll undo the tie and come on up with the legs out. So strap is right below the ball of the foot. Gonna pull from both sides and wrap around the belt. Gonna inhale, lengthen the spine. As we exhale, we drop down, engaging our core a little bit, yeah? Then we lift the legs, continue to pull as you stay in your supported Navasana boat pose. So we're still working with the core, but not as much since we are pulling with our arms. So elbows can be bent here into your side. We're going to feel those higher, deeper abdominals working right below the ribcage. And now we're going to drop the legs down. Only left leg stays in the band. And keeping the right leg down, press through the heel, lift the left leg only to as far as you can, and you still have your balance. All right, I'm going to stay here, lifting up through the spine, engaging the core and lifting the leg. Now, if we're stable enough, we're going to try and bring the leg a little bit to the right, giving it a little bit more slack into the belt. And then inhale, center. I'm going to guide it out to the left. Just a little bit. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Center. We're still strong in our core here. Out. Center. And right. Good. Inhale up. Hold it up one more time. Look at your toes. Feel strong in your core. Exhale, release that leg down. And we're switching the belt. Strap. Left leg extends out, pressing through the heel. Inhale, right leg goes up. Drop down into your core. Just finding your strength here, your center. And we'll move the leg out. And center. And in. Center. And out. Trying to keep everything else stable, just the leg moving out of the hip. Challenging our core here and our balance. One more time over to the left. And center. And out. Bring it back to center and in. Lift up the best you can towards the foot. Heart is open. Chest lifted, leg lifted. And exhale, let it go. Now, since we found our center a little bit, I think now we can do this pose. If we are able to, let me try this way, I'll show you. If we are able to keep the legs long as we pick up our toes, we can just do that. But if we need a belt to keep the legs extended, we can use the belt. So we're going to use the belt to open the legs and find your lotus pose here. It's like you're sitting lotus on a lake. So the belt is going to help you keep the legs extended. If you're not able to reach to your toes, again, you are rooting into the ground, into the mud, like a lotus on the lake. And yes, if you need a belt, if not, you will be just like that. So lifting up from the heart center, engage the core, lifting the legs, and feeling your strength here. Focusing on the breath and on your strength. You're rooting into the nourishing support of Mother Earth, into this mat that produces the most beautiful lotus flower. 2 more breaths, just really growing in this pose here. Just really expanding, creating these lotus petals that open up and expand. And exhale, bend the knees and release the pose. All right, since I've got this little guy, let's use it a little bit. So I want to release our side of the hips on the wall here with this one. So we're going to put it right at our TFL level, the hip crest here. And we're going to sink our weight into the wall. And then when we find a place that feels good to roll, just start to roll your body forward and back. And you can go all the way into your glutes. You can find a little bit more movement as you get into it. And you can drop up and down a bit by bending in that knee. You can almost create a curtsy lunge as you have your left leg back and just kind of work with that. You can open this left side at the same time. So see which position feels better or you need more, and do that one a few more times. Just explore a little bit into your side body. Now we're going to bring it a little bit right under the armpit to get this tensed area of the triceps and all these muscles that come into the arm. So again, you find a little bit of a roll here or a circle. A little bit more in the back as you lean your left hip back. You're going to open. You can even go across your lower upper back here, below the shoulder blades, or right in the middle of the shoulder blades. Now we're going to keep it right behind the shoulder. You're going to move this right arm up and down. So far back and then far down. See what more you can reach here. Good. And now rolling up and down a couple of times. Squat down, bend your knees. And go across. This one across is going to feel really good. You can even just face forward and do that side. I'm going to do the other side in a second. Okay, now we'll turn around and we have the left hip on the wall. And see what position feels good here, which muscles or tendon you're triggering. You're going to find all kinds of stuff here on the side body. So feel your inner wisdom, your intuition guide you here. There's no wrong way to do this. So just find what feels good or what feels releasing rather. Sometimes it doesn't feel that good. But the good thing is here that you decide how much weight you put into it. If you're on the floor, you're just gonna put all your body weight. But when you do it on the wall, you decide how much pressure you wanna put. And then do a little bit of curtsy lunges to drop it in and up. Still gonna slide forward and back, just on that side hip. TFL, piriformis. In the middle of the glutes, even when the medius meets the maximus, it's gonna be really tense there too. This glutes, it's a big muscle. Okay, now we're gonna bring it up under the arm. And here you can even put this left hand between our shoulder blades. You're gonna get a little bit of a different stretch, a little bit different opening. And go up and down and back and forth. Just find some different positions. Some circle. And see where you find the deepest sensation, and maybe stay with that and hold and breathe. Sometimes these stretches take your breath away when they're too intense. All right. Now go further through the back so you can almost face forward. You roll up at the middle place of that shoulder blade from under the arm to the middle of the spine. Like you're dancing with a wall or against the wall. Now, last one, we're gonna bring it right to the neck level. Here you get a little bit closer to the wall. Bring your tush into the wall and then put enough pressure so you can feel this back of the neck getting a nice release. Chin is slightly down and you're breathing into that point. And you can even move the chin from left to right. You're gonna get a little bit of a roll side to side here. Getting rid of some neck tension. And if everybody's okay with the gong, I can play the gong or not, so you let me know. Brought it anyway, but it's up to you. Anybody had a gong before? Okay. Oh, Shannon, you too? Never had it. Okay. Robin, you're okay? Okay. Okay. We're coming off that wall and ball, and we're gonna come to the ground. We're gonna get comfortable for Shavasana. So make sure you have your back supported. Maybe you put your bolster under your knees.
gently start to the body, hands and feet can run. Settling into this new vibration, new energy of that upgraded version of yourself. Sit when you're ready. Sit into our own energy. Notice and feel, experience the changes. It's soaking in the nectar of the practice. Good Saturday, good weekend. So when you started to walk, so.
Perfect timing.
Right timing, yes.
Yeah, I'm like, is it on the
There's a
roof?
ceiling, there's a roof.
It's on the roof, right? Yeah.